they should kind of do? Do you think should they keep Jordan Poole, Kuminga? They trade people. What do you do about the Draymond Green Poole situation going forward? I mean,
in my opinion, Draymond's going to opt out regardless. I think that they'll try to re-sign him. If he goes anywhere, it's going to be to Los Angeles to hang out with his best friend and his quote-unquote homie,
there's
LeBron James.
There's no way.
There's no way that if he does not resign with the Golden State Warriors, he's not going anywhere else except LA.
There's no way that they would fit together.
Doesn't matter.
That is the funniest thing.
Does not matter at all.
That's actually hilarious.
They're buddies. Yeah.
Yeah. Continue.
I think that overall, it's going to be hard to trade Jordan Poole. One, because of the contract, obviously. I mean, 4 or 5 years, $135 million, $32 million a year.
Yeah, 32
to score 0 points. Is a lot of money. I could go out there for the league minimum and score 0 points.
0 is crazy.
0, yeah.
0 is actually wild. 0 times 0.
But it's going to be hard to trade Jordan Poole simply because his stock definitely has dropped. He was very much exposed on defense. So it's going to be hard for teams to look at him and be like, oh, yeah, we can play him around this player and this player.
Do you think – obviously we don't agree with, you shouldn't punch your teammate.
Right. No.
But it seems as though it kind of played out to why you may have understood why Draymond punched him, because it did look like his head was getting a little too big.
I 100% agree on the narrative story why Draymond punched him.
We said we don't know the truth.
We don't know the truth, but the narrative story is that Jordan essentially was telling Draymond that he was washed up. And this is after Jordan got his contract. I believe.
Got his bag. And
you have to stay humble. I think that, the biggest problem with young basketball players in the NBA is, like you said, you feel like you deserve it. And in Jordan Poole's sense, possibly.
He did grind for it. He's one of the guys that...
He sat on the bench. He came in when Clay was hurt,
G
produced.
League.
He came in when Steph was hurt, produced, helped this team to a championship as a six-man, quote-unquote, I guess.
Yeah, starter, weird.
But there are levels to the NBA. And if we're being honest, Jordan Poole is nowhere near the level of basketball success that Draymond Green has achieved.
Yeah.
And I think I don't agree with the punch, but I can tell why Draymond got upset. And that's frustrating, especially as the leader and everybody's looking at you like you're going to let this kid punk you, essentially, I think is what went through Draymond's head. And now,
hit him with a mean two-piece.
Draymond is now looked at, and do I think that their season would have been different without the punch? Possibly. Do I think that they would have won another championship? Absolutely not.
No, I wouldn't say that they would have won a championship because of the fact them betting on the new guys. Like, to me, that was the main reason of management, them taking that step, because even Poole, the reason why I was interested about Jordan Poole, did Jordan Poole work on his game? I think last year he was moving too fast at times, and he had to slow his rhythm down, which I think he actually did improve on. But his defense was still horrendous. And at times his speed was still too fast. And it kind of got him in trouble, and it was like, dribble, okay, shoot. And he would kind of run in. Sometimes he would be out of control a little bit. But his defense was still terrible. And it was like, bro, did you work on your defense at all?
A big part of that was even when they were making their run last season, Curry was hurt. He had that shoulder thing last season.
Yeah.
So Jordan Poole got a lot of those minutes where the ball was in his hands a lot. Yeah, so now, yes, he still made a lot of shots in the playoffs. But if you look at the types of shots that he was shooting, those are difficult shots.
Facts.
He's not getting, a whole lot of open threes. A lot of them are off screens. His little between the legs step back shot that he likes to shoot. Now defenses are keying in on you.
Because they got tape now.
Exactly.
Now you're a
So
problem.
now all your shot chucking that you were doing when Curry wasn't there now is hurting the team because, one, you don't play defense already. Now you're taking shots from Steph Curry. Now you're taking shots from Klay Thompson. I'm sure that Draymond is trying to talk to you and talk you down, and you're like, whatever, definitely not listening to you.
Yeah.
Definitely chucking this next shot. So I think that overall, the young guys, I think it was okay to bet on them if this season went well. But it didn't.
Yeah, we're hindsight.
So now you're...
How do you correct it? Who do you trade? Are you keeping Poole? And then say if Draymond stays, are you trading Jordan Poole? Or are you keeping Draymond Green?
You have to keep Draymond Green. You're not a championship team without Draymond Green unless you somehow, and this is the only player comparison that I can think of, unless you somehow get Ben Simmons to kind of get out of his shell.
Hell no.
And be, because if you look at their game,
hell no, it's
similar.
Hell no.
Hold on. I know. I know he is. It's fine. It's fine. But imagine if he played in Golden State and all you had to do was run dribble handoff with Steph Curry, play defense, and dunk the basketball. Ain't nobody asking you to run the offense. Ain't nobody asking you to be the guy. All you have to do, hand the ball off to Steph, hand the ball off to Klay, hand the ball off to Jordan, dunk the basketball, rebound, and play defense.
They need fire though. He ain't got no. He ain't no dog.
But he don't. That's the thing.
No
that's why he needs those guys. They don't need him. Don't get it twisted. They don't need him. He needs a team like that.
My dream scenarios. I would trade Jordan Poole.
For what?
Jordan Poole or Kuminga. I would package them
for a can of
my number
death?
One player. My number one player that I would want for them would be OG Anunoby from the Raptors. I would really want him. That's probably the only person I would trade for them. And then I would somehow figure out a way, if it's possible, throwing some picks, some compensation. I really would want Miles Turner. My dream scenario for them would be to get OG Anunoby and Miles Turner. Those would be my two players that I would want for the Warriors. Because I think for the Warriors, you got to go all in. Curry has about 2-3 years left at his peak right now. And you got to, I love Kuminga, bro. And I think he'll actually develop into a good player. We don't have time. We don't have time for you to figure that out. Jordan Poole, you and Draymond issues, we don't got time. Okay? Yeah. I'm sorry. We don't have time. We don't have time for you guys. We're going all in because I'm a Laker fan. No one cared about the Warriors, in California. Nobody cared about the Warriors before Curry.
Yeah.
Obviously, Monte Ellis had a solid run.
For 2014, 2015.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Monte Ellis was the guy, but no one cared when they beat the number one seed. No one. That was cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nobody still was a fan. I would push all my chips to the table. Give me OG Anunoby. Those are the only person I would trade. I really like him. His defensive intensity. He's a mellow guy. He just stays steady. Him with Wiggins. Got to keep Klay. Klay's got to figure it out. But I would really try to go get Miles Turner and OG Anunoby. Those would be my ideal trades. If I was to fix the Warriors, those would be my dream scenarios for them in the offseason. I'm keeping Gary Payton. I love Moody a lot. Moody was the young guy that just understood. He just was like, I get it.
His role for sure.
And I think you can grow him. Hey, bro, start being more aggressive.
Yeah.
Hey, this is and I think he could really take the reins, honestly speaking. How do you feel at the end of this, wrap this segment up? What do you think they should do? You said Ben Simmons as a solid.
I like Ben Simmons' fit there because he has to do 2-3 things. That's it. And he can do those things.
Yo, you sound
he can dunk the basketball, he can pass it, and he can play defense. That's all you need to do.
Little Johnny. Little Johnny special. Little Johnny. Hey, Little Johnny, look at me. Look at me. You stay in that corner. Don't you do nothing else.
Oh, no.
You just wave, hand them out. You just wave
and hand them out? But overall, I think you can trade Jordan Poole. I like the OG Anunoby trade. Miles Turner, I like that. I don't think that you can get Miles Turner, to be honest with you.
I have no idea how to get him. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought about the trades. Like they would have to package Poole and Kuminga probably to get.
It's gonna be a 3-team trade, I think. Yeah. Somehow, you're gonna have to get another team involved. Financially, that new CBA really is going to hurt the Warriors a lot.
Yeah.
And so a lot of NBA players are not happy about that, especially ones that are in big market teams. That new CBA is going to kill a lot of those bigger market teams, and a lot of those teams that have really big contracts.
Explain that to the people.
I don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest with you, but I know that it's supposed to help smaller market teams be able to sign people. It's going to hit these bigger teams with a harder luxury tax. It's just going to make it harder for teams to have multiple max contracts on their roster.
It was already hard.
And so it's just to keep the flow and keep these small market teams in the mix.
No one's still going to Portland.
Yeah, no. Nobody's going to Portland or Charlotte. Nobody's going to Portland or Charlotte.
You know, Charlotte, first of all, they need to get beyond scared straight over there. They got a lot going on.
It's time for Charlotte to disband as an NBA team. If I'm being completely honest with you. Have they ever been good?
And that note, we will say that, you know, that is the conclusion of the Warriors. What went wrong? We both agree that they should keep Draymond Green. I don't really know. The thing about it, I actually agree with my guy to my left that the only other team would be probably the Lakers. Because honestly, I don't see anyone else throwing Draymond Green money. I think what Draymond Green does is amazing, but it's amazing specifically for the Warriors. He's obviously a Hall of Fame player, but everything that he does really fits the Warriors system. Obviously, that's where he was drafted. And that's what makes him great. It's like, you know, they need to be together. Peanut butter and jelly. Mix them together. So we're going to start off to the next topic.